And this week, we are going to talk about the future of gaming in 2020. Now, you may be wondering, what about Game of the Year? Well, let me tell you, we haven't played all the games yet, and it's hard. So therefore, Christmas is our time to get caught up.
Yep.
So we're going to do Game of the Year 2019 as our first episode of January 2020. Next year is a big year. It's a new decade. We're getting new consoles. We now know that the PlayStation 5 is confirmed as the PlayStation 5. We don't know what it looks like yet, but we know it's going to be super fast, and it's going to have like super fast like SSD load times.
Yes.
And
super excited.
We now also know that the Xbox is aptly named the Xbox Series X, and it looks like a PC gaming tower, which is pretty sweet. And with that, we're going to have a lot of exclusive launch titles. Sinuous Saga Hellblade 2 is one of them. And we know that Godfall is going to be one for the PlayStation 5. I mean, we have everything from like Halo Infinite to like Overwatch 2 to Half-Life Alyx to Maneater to Last of Us Part 2, Doom Eternal, Cyberpunk 2077, all of these games. But we're instead going to focus in on 5 for each one of us. So I'm going to have my top 5. Austin's going to have top 5 most anticipated games for 2020. First up, Austin, I'll let you go first.
Ghost of Tsushima. The environments look amazing. If you want to be a samurai, it looks like it's pretty, close to form to like what a samurai is and does. I'm very excited.
I think visually it looks incredible. I just don't want it to be like a copy of Sekiro.
Right. I don't think it will be. I think it'll be somewhere in the middle of maybe like Souls-like or Sekiro-like in a way, but...
So basically a copy of Sekiro.
No, I said like. It's like it, but it's not it. Damn it.
Okay. Right. But I mean, it's samurais and stuff.
Exactly,
and,
yeah.
It's the same concept. And
When's
then
the last
Souls
time?
like, and then it's basically Sekiro. With more color.
I'm done.
I know. Mine's Godfall. We don't know much about this game, but I gotta say, this is one of the most impressive trailers I saw there. A looter slasher. I was like, well, that's kind of exciting. It's like a Destiny. It's like an Anthem. It's 3-player co-op, but it's a PlayStation 5 launch title.
That's cool.
It's got to be something pretty awesome.
Anything PlayStation proper is probably going to be a buy for me.
Yeah. You've got a pick that is an Xbox proper game.
Yes.
Let me hear it.
Finally, a game that makes me want to get Xbox. It's Sinuous Saga Hellblade 2. They focus on story and character.
You went from like not hearing about Ninja Theory to like suddenly they have 2 games coming out in the same year that are completely different types of games.
You're right.
I mean, granted, they're both like Melee. One's like Overwatch and the other one is like story-driven action.
If you haven't played the first one, go play it. It is definitely worth it.
Marvel's Avengers. Marvel Ultimate Alliance didn't do it for me as far as just bringing my Marvel Cinematic Universe like wants and needs into a video game. Mm-hmm. So I'm hoping that this one delivers in some capacity. My main concern is going to be the story and with Miss Marvel and that component of them focusing more on her than like the other parts of the characters. And I'm also concerned about what that living game is going to look like and if that's going to be a hindrance to the overall experience.
Right.
Because I kind of would rather them just do a co-op focused single player story with co-op relationships. And then next one we both have, but Austin, I'll let you introduce this one.
Half-Life Alyx. Obviously, if you're a gamer, you've probably been talking about Half-Life your whole life. And now we finally get the next iteration.
Specifically
of the
a PC gamer.
Yes.
Because this has never been on console up until Orange Box.
Right. It takes place in between Half-Life 1 and Half-Life 2. So we get to see what happens there. I'm sure there's a lot of interesting things. Gordon Freeman isn't back yet, technically. I guess he time warped from one location to the next into the future. Alyx is a likable character. She's really awesome, and we get to play her in VR, and hopefully this pans out to be something that will spur them to do future Half-Lives, which they have already mentioned they plan on doing. So I'm hoping eventually we'll get Half-Life 3.
I'm really excited about this. Alyx was always my favorite character. This game looks great. I can't wait to play it in virtual reality. Oof. The fact that it's a full game of virtual reality, I'm just curious to know about the controls. The game that I want to put in here, which is really weird, and I hope it comes out next year. I don't know if it's going to, but I feel like it could be released. Elden Ring. This is going to be like a Souls-like game with a medieval like component to it.
Right.
And I like that setting a lot.
Well, my next up, to no one's surprise, is The Last of Us Part 2, because even though I didn't finish that game, it's an amazing story, great character development, and I'm excited.
One of the things that you didn't like about Last of Us Part 1 that made you stop is that you didn't like the gameplay, right?
Yeah. It felt dated.
So if this game came out and the gameplay wasn't much better, do you think you'd finish it?
I probably would. when I finished watching the last of the game, I should have just kept going forward and I finished it.
That's what Naughty Dog does a good job of. The character creation is spot on, and this one looks like it's going to have a lot of good.
They're going to have mocap and everything. Like it's going to be awesome to watch cinematically.
That brings us to number 5, top 5 most anticipated, and I feel like
drumroll.
This is one that is of no surprise to anybody. It's the same for both me and Austin. Cyberpunk 2077. I'm nervous about will there be too much. Having to manage my inventory and having to manage all my different stats.
You're going to have to do that.
Loadouts and stuff like that. Yeah. But I like the way Mass Effect handled it. Like every game kind of runs a fine line of like, is there too much stuff happening here?
Yeah. No, I totally agree. If you're getting stopped every 5 minutes to like, do I have to do this? As long as that pacing's good, allows it to continue forward without stopping you too much, I think we'll be good. Pretty sure the story is going to be fantastic with different factions and stuff. And then hopefully you can go down different faction storylines or something like that.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
I'm just excited that I feel like it's going to be a gritty, more RPG version of Grand Theft Auto. It feels alive more so, and it's got just a lot of detail and texture and like things to look at, people to talk to, all that stuff are more frequent.
Right.
And this has that in place. Next year's gonna be interesting because there's so many games that we just don't know about yet.
I know. And it is potentiality of Breath of the Wild 2.
You have Overwatch 2 coming out next year. I'm not like too hyped on that because I just know it's gonna be fun. We'll be playing it, but it's not, oh my gosh, this is amazing. And
like Watch Dogs Legion, I feel like that game should have already come out. I'm sorry. If you come out next year, I don't think that game's gonna do well. I could be wrong.
It's gonna be an interesting year. It's a lot of stuff coming.